and so-called priests and intellectuals will devote themselves to their bellies and genitals.
I mean, sounds like a good time. I I mean, can you? What's wrong with that? I mean, as opposed to what? Ignoring the pleasures that they could feel? Like, okay, what? The priest would be. I support priests being able to get married. That would reduce a lot of our problems in the Catholic Church.
Called priests and intellectuals will devote themselves
Devote themselves.
to their bellies and genitals.
I mean, do not devote yourself to your bellies and your genitals, but they be fun though to play with. So I don't know. I mean, there's like, do not ignore them either. What do they? This is such a childish, like evil character building. Like, guys, if you're coming up, like if you're trying to create like monsters in your stories, don't be so simplistic. Like giving them some complicated evil agenda rather than like, we're evil. We just want to have sex and eat. I mean, can you come up with a more boring, less interesting, simplistic, evil agenda than we just want to have sex and eat food? Like, this is like a poor farmers, a poor farmer that lived like 1,000 years ago idea of, I don't know, like this is like, I mean even Hinduism itself has better stories. These end time prophecies are pretty modern, aren't they? Because even Hinduism itself in its mythology has more interesting evil characters than like, whoa, look at these evil people. They just like wanna, like, they just think about their belly and their genitals. I mean, come on, guys. Come on, man. You can come up with better stories than this. Like, look at, like, make your evil characters a little bit relatable. Come up with some. I mean, even the Book of Revelation has better evil characters than this nonsense, right? I mean, even Islam, like the Dajjal. Look at the Dajjal. The Dajjal is more interesting. Like, these people are just like, I mean, who only cares about, devotes everything to their genitals and their belly? Like, who does that? Like, who does that? Like, even if you think these people are bad, okay, they're bad, but they care about like nothing else. Like nothing else. They're not tired. They're like eating and screwing, and then one day they're not like. That's how evil they are. They're just screwing and eating all day long, and they're doing nothing else, and they don't think about some other evil crap that they could do. Like, they don't want to, like, they don't at least make them get pleasure out of torturing people or something like that. Come on, this is lazy writing. This is such dumb, dumb, dumb storytelling. Edith, yeah, is saying, I tell my parents the same thing. I love all the stories as long as you admit that they are stories and stop calling it history. Okay, no, I have bigger criteria. Okay, first of all, I don't love all the stories. The stories have to be well written. Like, what is this? The priests care about nothing other than genitals and their belly? Like, who wrote this? No, I don't love all the stories. Okay, yes, I admit they are stories, but I have higher criteria than you. They also have to be well-written stories. This is dumb. This is dumb storytelling. I mean, your Thanos is a better evil character than these. And this comes from the religion whose believers wrote the Kama Sutra. I mean, a lot of people keep, okay, first, a lot of people, yeah, but the Kama Sutra is BS as well, by the way. A lot of people celebrate the Kama Sutra. You're gonna injure yourself if you try the Kama Sutra. These predictions are from around the same time period when most of the mythology was created. All of them are part of the Puranic Hinduism. Okay, so this is dumb though. This is dumb. Okay, This is why I'm telling you that some of these stories are not, again, part of what mythology makes mythology is interesting is not how good the stories were, because I'm telling you, like 80% of their stories, or the 80% of ancient mythology, is dumb story, is lazy storytelling. Okay, the only reason why they become interesting is because of the dance between these stories and the people who believe in them, right? You could see the influence on culture, on art, on architecture. I see like this symbolism, like, and the movement of the stories from one culture to another, and the evolution of these stories. The way these stories gets changed and copied. The story about the stories are more interesting than the stories themselves, in my opinion, right? So the stories that, like right now, modern storytellers, movie writers, if you go right now on Audible and look at the top fiction writer and buy that and listen to that, is far superior than anything these ancient storytellers came up with, right? Because they know how to write stories. But again, what makes mythology is interesting is not because most of the stories are good. Some of them are good, to be fair, but because how historically significant they were, and how they changed. So the stories about the stories are more interesting than the stories themselves. Okay. Anyways, we're getting off track, but it's fun to get off track sometimes, right?
Servants will abandon a master who has lost their wealth, even if that master is a holy person of exemplary character. The masters will leave a deficient servant, even if that servant has been in the family for generations.
Okay, well, how is this like 15 most accurate predictions? Like, where is this happening? Like, why are they, like, you're just announcing that these are accurate predictions because you said so?
The maximum duration of life for human beings in Kali Yuga will become 50 years.
Okay, so this is going the opposite direction. I'm sorry to tell you. It used to be 50 years. It used to be less than 50 years. Now we're reaching 80. Thank you very much, because of modern science. Everything about this video is so wrong. It's either inaccurate, confusing, or the opposite of what's actually happening. The only thing so far that was true is religion is dying, and thank Iblis for that.
In Kali Yuga, men develop hatred for each other, even over a
Oh
few
yeah, they used to just exchange flowers with each other before.
coins.
Guys, god damn it, people used to exchange. People used to. Oh god, I don't have to say, I don't need to repeat myself.
Coins. By abandoning all friendly relations, they will be ready to lose their own lives and kill even their own relatives.
Oh my god, study history. That was a thing a lot. It used to be a lot. That used to be the case. A lot more than it is now.
Uncultured men will accept charity in the name of the Lord and earn a living
You mean like you're in your temples?
by showing austerity and wearing a beggar dress. Those who do not know anything about religion will rise to a high position and presume to talk about religious principles.
Like you mean like it now? Not like you mean like the history of religion forever. They just describe the history of religion always at all times.
And subscribe! Everyone! Every single one of you is watching! Subscribe! Do it now! Do it! Do it now!